Welcome to Family Peace Initiative's Curriculum Blips. In this podcast, we provide fast and easy resources for facilitators using the FPI suite of curricula to help you prepare before stepping into a group room. Whether you're brand new to BIP facilitation or using drive time to refresh yourself on familiar concepts, these blips are intended to help you get in the right frame of mind as you head into group. You'll hear from seasoned staff and FPI curricula authors on the key concepts and goals of each lesson, as well as what to expect from group members in these conversations. Today we're starting Section 7 on sexual respect. Steve Halley, co-founder and co-director of the Family Peace Initiative, walks us through the first week in this section on sexual respect and consent. Let's hear from Steve.
Today we want to talk a little bit about Section 7, the sexual respect section. I want you to be aware that this is a very important conversation to have with your participants in the program. It is very likely that they've never had a conversation about sexual respect in their lives. Most of their conversations have been about conquest, about scoring, about objectification of women, and they kind of make the sexual respect conversation a little bit of a humorous consideration. We write some in the curriculum about how to approach getting this conversation started. What I want to really spend time on in this particular blip is some of the issues that will come up when you build the list. And commonly, one of the things that routinely raises its head is the issue of catcalling. I'll make the list with my group, and we'll try to get 45 or 50 sexually disrespectful behaviors on our list on the board. And then I'll kind of go and circle one, and I'll ask them, tell me about this. What do you think about, and I'll circle catcalling. Is that a sexually disrespectful behavior? And commonly, the group members will just say, no, it's great fun, and women kind of like to be whistled at and commented on. And they will justify the behavior as, oh, we mean no harm. And so I like to kind of attempt to counter that by explaining that consent is everything. You know, if somebody consents to whatever type of sexual behavior they want to be doing, then, you know, the sky is kind of the limit, you know, as long as consent is in the room. But if consent's not there, then cruelty likely is. In the context of catcalling, you know, there are absolutely women out there who enjoy being whistled at, they enjoy being commented on while they're walking down the street, and it's a non-offensive event. But I suspect that that percentage is relatively small, and regardless of that, the person doing the catcalling doesn't care whether or not the person they are whistling at is wanting to be whistled at or not. The person doing the whistling just wants to do that behavior. And so even though there might be a chance that this person wants to be whistled at, the cat caller doesn't have consent. They don't care whether this person would like it or not. They just want to do it. And that is the blatant disregard of another person. Right? I don't care what you want. It's what I want that it is important to me. And so if I want to whistle, then I'm just going to imagine that some people like it and maybe it might be you. Right? That's kind of the belief and the thinking. But any time that we are blatantly disregarding the other person, now we're in the realm of cruelty. The same is true with strip clubs, and we will put strip clubs on the list of disrespectful behaviors. And many times the group members will say, wait a minute, that's a consensual thing. People are there by their own free will. And on one level, that's true, right? People go in, they apply for the job. But we know through the research that a huge percentage of people who dance in strip clubs have a significant history of sexual abuse. We know the impact of sexual abuse has lots of potential devastating impacts. When it turns out that many of the people dancing are there, and one of the drivers that's bringing them to the club is their trauma histories. And so if I'm in a club and I'm watching somebody dance and I'm enjoying and maybe I'm getting sexually aroused and it's all this benefit of me, I'm not worried about what circumstances brought this dancer to that particular position. I'm just interested in getting what I want, some type of recreational arousal. And as soon as I moved to acknowledging that most of the women who are dancing have sexual abuse histories, many of the women who are dancing have drug and addiction issues, it's not uncommon for women who are dancing to be trafficked by men who are sitting in a corner booth, for example. And if I'm in the audience and I don't care about this and I don't bother to find out, then it's a blatant disregard of that person. And now we're into the realm of cruelty. But if I know that this person is just wanting to be there and enjoys the environment and enjoys the attention and loves to do what they're doing, that would be totally different, right? Then where people's interests are being considered. But without that, without pursuing and understanding, the very act of sitting in a strip club can be an act of cruelty. And I think that's an important point that your group members should understand. Consent is everything, but many times people are choosing the least bad option. And dancing in a strip club can oftentimes be a least bad option that we should be aware of. And so I'd love for you to be able to kind of challenge some of those man box beliefs that that this is all consensual, it's all good fun, and we mean no harm. Those kinds of conversations have rarely been had by the people in your groups. And for you to be able to bring them up in a way that invites people to have this kind of cognitive dissonance of, oh, wait a minute, that's not matching what I believed for all these years, can really be important in the way they interact with their partners and with women in the future. And so give that a thought and see if those conversations don't come up in your class. The next blip, I'll kind of talk a little bit about the next few weeks of the sexual disrespect section and give you some ideas on how we approach that. Good luck to you. I hope that things are going well in your group, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks for preparing for your group with us today. If you have questions, stucks, or if there's a section of the curriculum you'd like to hear us explore in more detail, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at reception@familypeaceinitiative.com or submit a contact form on our website. Family Peace Initiative, working to serve our clients and community with compassion, integrity, and expertise.